Hello, it's November. My name is Jason. This is Modelkit Stuff, and this is the November catch up. Yes, that's right. We've remembered what we were going to call it. Brilliant. That's right. After what, 4 months is it since we had the discussion about we were going to rename the roundup, and then we couldn't remember what we were going to call it, but we knew that that was what we were going to call it. We finally remembered what it is. So welcome to the first catch up, formerly known as a roundup. So same format, nothing's changed, just the title. And I've now got a jumper on because, well, it's November. And that is a requirement. So here we are. Thank you very, very much for joining me. Got lots to talk about, as ever, in the catch-up. I'm probably going to call it a roundup at some point. I just know I am. Okay, so lots going on. Let's start with you lovely subscribers. If you have not watched a catch-up roundup video before, then what are you in store for? Well, what we do is we talk about what we've been doing. It gives you an opportunity to make sure you've not missed anything, or if you saw something and said, oh, I'll catch that later, and then you didn't, it reminds you that it was there. And then we talk about what's coming up, and sometimes we might talk about some news and general modelling gossip and the like. So all sorts of stuff can happen in the catch-up. So first thing that I clearly need to say is a big thank you to all of my subscribers for watching the videos and taking the time to subscribe, to hit the like button, to make comments, to join the live chat on the premieres, and to join the live streams. Yes, we had another live stream. Previously we said not going to bother with the live streams. They take up too much time. That you can't do quality hobby modelling time. But we did another one so that we could have a look at that live. And actually, it was a lot of fun. It really was a lot of fun. My eldest daughter, Daisy, sat and moderated and watched the chat. She gave me a little tap on the leg with her foot, was the system that we used. So if anyone asked a question, she'd give me a tap. Anyway, people seem to enjoy it. The downside of the live stream is the quality of the video. And I'm guessing that's because it's being uploaded as it is. What usually happens when we do a video is it uploads at a certain rate, and then YouTube can reconfigure it all the way up to its optimum setting. I'm not quite sure how they do it or how that works. But when you are doing it live, it's going at the base setting for some reason. So even when we were looking at the video and playing it back afterwards, it was a little bit fuzzy. And I'm not sure how we get around that. Although the live streams are fun, it's not a quality experience. I think I need to work through that and think about that, because I am planning a live stream when we get the Spitfire, and I think we'll do it. I think we'll still do it, but then afterwards we'll record our first impressions and put it out there so that we've got a high quality one for people in the future to view if they happen to be buying that model, I don't know, 2-3 years down the road. So that's the plan anyway. Live streams isn't something we're going to do lots of, but sometimes they can be a lot of fun. And thank you very much for joining the live streams if you have done that. Okay, sticking with subscribers, in the last month we hit the 4,000 subscribers mark, and as a result of that, we're doing a subscriber showcase. So if you missed that announcement, I'm going to tell you about it right now. What I've asked people to do, if you subscribe to the channel, and you know there's over 4,000 of you now, send me a photograph of your favourite model, model in progress, most recent model, whatever you fancy, on email to modelkitstuff@gmail.com. Send me a picture and I'm going to put it into a video with your name, and then in December at some point we'll run the video, we'll go live, and this video of everyone's work will be shown. So if you're a subscriber of mine, then on my channel we'll show a little video, and everyone will get to see work. Now, there's a lot of people that interact with each other in the live chat, or regularly comment on videos and so on and so forth. And the whole idea is that people who you talk to, you get to see some of their work, and that just helps build the community, get to know people a little bit better. It's just a little bit of fun, and I'm interested to see what people do, what people like. And so far, I've had a real mix of different types of models, some lovely stuff. So I need more. Send me more. Don't think, oh, well, you'll get loads, so I'm not going to bother. Send me your picture. Model Kit needs your picture. There's 4,000 of you, and I haven't got 4,000 pictures, so come on. Get them out, take a photo on your phone. It doesn't have to be fancy, doesn't have to have a white background. Just take a photo and send it. I don't care, and we will show it, I promise. So last month while we were chatting, it was clear that I felt things were not quite going the way I wanted. Workload was piling up, and stuff was becoming a little bit of a challenge, and we sort of had an open conversation about how do we deal with that, what's the plan. And I got a lot of feedback from you guys saying, look, this is what matters to me, this is what I think you do well, this is what I'd like to see more of, this is what I think you could drop. And all of that was really helpful, because I was going through a process of what's the next steps. And as a result, I decided to uncouple the schedule and still do what I'm doing. And if I've got time to do it within the schedule, fine. And if I haven't, that's also fine. And we'll just do what I want to do when I want to do it. Now, there are one or two things that I don't want to shift. The Saturday night live slot, everyone knows it's there. It's in people's diaries. It's in people's minds. And Saturday is my modelling night. So the one night of the week when I can do some modelling. It slots in well into that slot. And then Sunday morning is my other modelling slot, and right now I'm filming this rather than doing modelling. So you can see how these things take up the time, but I don't want to lose the roundup either, because I think it's an important catch-up point. A lot of people watch the roundup, so I think it's something I want to keep doing, so we're going to keep having that in its slot. So there's still one or two things that I have to do, but I definitely feel more relaxed about it. And there's a lot of channels out there that when you watch them, actually that they've already discovered that, and they're already doing that, and they'll flip from one project to another and come back. And I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm just going to do it because you guys are picking up stuff from anything that I do anyway. So, and for a lot of people, they said they wanted to see more builds. That's a little bit problematic, because I still want to edit the videos and present them in a way that encourages people to watch them. And by that I mean that I'm not putting out rubbish, because if I put out rubbish, people won't watch it, and then people go, oh, those videos are always rubbish, so they won't even start watching it, and then we'll get people dropping off. And that's not what I want to do. I want to maintain a standard. I've worked quite hard to get to a point where I'm happy with the videos, and there's something that I would enjoy watching, and that's all I'm trying to achieve. And as Mr. Calvary would say on the model ship, it has to be fun. I've got got to make sure that it stays fun. And October was a much more relaxed month, and I enjoyed it a little bit more, and we managed to maintain the schedule actually. So yeah, all good. There's a lot going on in the world at the moment, and a lot going on in my life. And September had been really busy, and October felt just that little bit more relaxed. But we are heading towards Christmas. We've got more things coming along, so don't be surprised if one or two videos slip. It is what it is. Life gets in the way of what you're planning. I'm sure we're having a quote Ron Calvary video today. But my final comment on that is that sort of more relaxed mental attitude about actually I'll do what I want and do it the way I want has helped, because that is now being built, and that's not something I would have done before. I wouldn't have gone, actually, let's pause and park everything and crack on with that. Now, I had said what I wanted to do was clear the decks and get everything built, and that was really quite successful in October, and I think that contributed to it being a more relaxed month. So we got the Mosquito finished. Just did Mosquito, got it done. Got to say, that is possibly one of my favourite models of all time. No, it's definitely one of my favourite models of all time, but it could possibly be my favourite model of all time. It was such a nice build. It was a real balance between simple to build and excellent fit. For me, that it was, whether it was just what I needed at the time, or what, I don't know, because it's not a massively complex build, but it goes together so nicely. And I even changed the way that it was built and painted, and it still was a pleasure and went together okay. So if you've not built that Mosquito and you don't mind a 172 aircraft, absolutely recommend it, because it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun building that. I will be building another one. I'm even thinking, do I get another one in its current format and do the other paint scheme? And I'm tempted to say yeah, while they've still got it in stock, because it was a lot of fun. Okay, so Mosquito's got finished. Chipmunk is nearly done. This is going at a slower pace because I am not enjoying it. And it's not necessarily the model, but it's one of those, when you get a kit and right from the get-go, if it can go wrong, it goes wrong. This has been one of those build experiences. So this is the Airfix 148 Chipmunk, which I'm building as the Prince Charles learnt to fly in it in 1968. So it's the Royal Flight version. That was the phrase I was looking for. The paint has not behaved itself, so the finish is not where I'd want it to be. So it's been downgraded from let's build this and celebrate everything that's been going on, the life of the Queen and the work that Prince Charles has done, and then him becoming king. Well, let's capture it all in that. To you know what? Let's just finish it for the sakes of it and a bit of fun. But I'm not happy with it. The aftermarket that I bought for it has pretty much been pants. So the decals have got poor register. The 3D decals don't work, oversized, don't fit, don't stick on as intended. Even the Edward paint masks were not great. So the whole thing has been a bit rubbishy. But at your distance, it's nice and shiny and it's red, so all good. But you can see the next thing, all I've got left to do is shove the wheels on, shove the canopy on, put the engine in and the front end. The problem is none of that at the front end fits together very well. There's a little bit of old Airfix engineering in here, as in, actually, you're supposed to test build these things, you know that, don't you? But the bottom of this bit doesn't fit by a country mile. We had sink in place. There's quite a bit of sink, and it's definitely not the best Airfix kit out recently, but it's not helped by the fact that the paint's not played ball and the aftermarket was rubbish. But there you go. That's how we started October with the Chipmunk. And I will show you the end result of that when it's done. But don't expect to be blowing your socks off, because I'm not over happy. Next video we put out was actually the Yamato for rivet counters. And Stephen and I, we'd done it a lot. We'd had a chat about it and all the things that we'd found a long time before that video came out. And originally, and I'd hoped to get the video out within a week or two of the first impressions video, but it just took me ages to get to it. You know, it sat there through the summer holidays and the kids being off, and then when it got to a point where I could film it, some of the stuff Stephen and I had talked about I'd completely forgotten, and I had to sit back down and go back through what we'd done and what we'd said and refresh my memory. So it seemed to take forever to get that out, but get it out we did. So the October blocking of people began. On average, I have to block about one person a week at the moment. Now, if you come onto my channel and you make a comment about my video or about someone else who's made a comment, and it's less than nice, you've wasted your time, because no one's going to see the comment because I'm going to remove it. I'm not going to respond to the comment because it's not worth my time, and I'm not interested in your particular style of bile, and you're going to get blocked. So you can watch my video, but you can't comment on my video ever again. So it's a pointless exercise. Now, I'm pretty sure that the idiots that come along and go in and put a smart comment or try and show off or tell you that you're doing it wrong or something like that, or even saying some of the other comments are idiots, including quite a lot of swear words. I'm sure they don't watch this video because they probably jump from video to video, chucking in their bile and then walking off, you know, little keyboard heroes. Well, if you're a keyboard hero and you happen to be watching this, go away, because I'm not interested. Some of my subscribers make comments fairly regularly on my videos, and I have a lot of time on them. And I'm always honest in my videos, rightly or wrongly, whether I make a mistake. If I don't know what a transmission is, I don't know what a transmission is. Doesn't mean I can't show you what the model is. This one really ticked me off, that I shouldn't do a first impressions video if I don't know what all the items are in there, and then went on to seriously say how stupid I was. Well, nobody is invited, nasty people, to the channel. Go away. So you just get blocked. It really annoyed me this month how many of those I had, because on average one a week. And some videos attracted more than others. And some of my older videos, you know, the comment we were just talking about was on the Stug first impression we did a few months ago. So as you get busier and more people see your videos, you appear to get more trolls. So trolls beware, you're wasting your time. I will delete your video. Or if it gets worse, it's not too bad at the moment. You know, 99% of people are nice 99% of the time, and that shows through the videos. But if it does get worse, I will follow the lead of Nigel's modelling bench and switch comments off, and I will pre-read all the comments before they load them. I don't want to do that. It's time and hassle for me. But if that's the way we go, that's the way we go. So anyway, other than that, a big thank you to everyone else who's commented. I don't mind a constructive comment. I don't mind people saying that you said is a such and such is something else. You just don't need to go the extra mile and start calling me names. So, okay, brilliant. Then we had a bit of fly. That was the next video, and we concentrated on galley painting, which is a bit of a bugbear for me in the wooden model ship world. A lot of people spend a lot of time getting all the craftsmanship of the wood right, and then just slap the metal bits on and paint it in one colour. And I don't get it. I really don't get it. So that video, if you've not seen it, go and see it, because I talk about how in the period that we're doing, particularly, captains had the freedom to paint their ship as they wanted, how it was lightly painted, how I've chosen to paint it, and why. And I think I think I got across really quite well what I was trying to say about that, and I hope more people that build model ships follow my lead there and make some changes to how they view the metal castings. It's not something to just paint black and get out of the way. But yeah, fly on its own. I've still got the planking to done. I've not done anything on it for weeks and weeks and weeks. We've got holiday season coming up, and I'm hoping to do more of it then. I'm also hoping to pick it back up in my lunch times. So even if I get 1 or 2 planks on in my half-an-hour lunch break, we're chipping away at it. So there won't be any fly for a little while till I catch up, but it's definitely not parked. It's just finding time to do it. I think then we had more of the Tiger diorama, and that had already been recorded and edited and was ready to go at the start of the month. So that was in the queue and already scheduled. But that effectively was the moment we parked it so we could clear the decks, and we just focused on the Mosquito. The Tiger, I think we focused on the building and the diorama elements of that. So I haven't done anything more with the Tiger during October. I have more video footage already recorded that's editable. How far off that being a full video, I don't know. But as soon as the Anson is finished, we're going to finish that off. And then the only thing that we'll have outstanding is the Queen Mary 2, and the plan will be that we will focus on that, and we will just build it and build it and build it until it's done. Although I am going to build it in finish the model and the video series in a slightly different way, because rather than doing it step by step, it's now a lot of repeating what we've already done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do bits, film it, edit it down into a much smaller way, so we'll have fewer videos, probably with bigger gaps between them, whilst we get it finished. But once the Tiger build is done, the diorama is done, and it's not that far off realistically, then all we're going to do is Queen Mary 2, and then we'll be into our Gotha. Yeah, just one main build at a time. I'm not saying I'm not going to stop it and do something else occasionally. I think that's my way of working now. One build. If I need to pause, I'll go and do something else, a little small kit or something, and then I'll jump back onto the main build. And I think as a result of that, we'll get through more kits in the year, and there's more continuity. So rather than seeing something every third week, you'll see it pretty much every week until it's done. So that might end up being better for the channel. Okay, so next then was Creator Jeff. So Jeff Donahue. So let's talk Jeff Donahue for a moment. Jeff Donahue's channel, if you've not checked it out, please go and do so. It's interesting. He's gone on a journey, and I remember the journey very clearly, where you start doing what you think, then you start improving your format, then you start improving your video style, and then you think about your sound and your picture, and then you start thinking about how you want to present it. And Jeff's been on that journey. So if you've been into his channel previously and gone, oh yeah, it's all right, go back and have a look, because he's cooking on gas right now. And I have my first ever shop card, courtesy of Jeff's channel. It said some lovely things on the back, and has one of his really nice builds on the front. And actually, I've got to say this, it came in an envelope, because obviously it's been sent to me from the States. I've never had a shop card before. And look at the stamps. Muscle cars. Absolutely phenomenal. So I'm even going to keep the stamps, to be honest, Jeff. Anyway, we did meet the creator. That was the second meet the creator. First one was Rob from Rims Models, who none of us had seen before. He was like some secretive figure in the background, because his videos focus on the model, not on him, whereas I don't mind getting in front of the camera. So we'd done Rims, and then Jeff Donahue came up, and that was an interesting point, because one or two other people then said, yeah, actually, I wouldn't mind doing that. So in short order, I got about 5 or 6 other people's videos all stacked up. So you then, towards the end of the month, we saw Sully, who maybe some of you hadn't come across before, channel about the same size of mine, does some really interesting stuff, and he focused on weathering. In his own words, can't leave anything clean. Yeah, that was really nice to get that out there. I have a really small channel coming, and then I've got a couple of others from channels that you might be familiar with. But if you have a channel, don't care what size it is, and you'd like to do a Meet the Creator, because there's always more subscribers out there, and everyone that's done a Meet the Creator has had a few more subscribers. It doesn't take you long to do. I send you an email. You answer the questions on video, send me the video back, send me 5 photographs of models that demonstrate the sort of stuff you do, and I have the video edited suite all set up ready to go. So all I have to do is replace the photographs, put the video in, and cut it into the chunks behind the questions. It takes me 20 minutes maybe to edit that up, and then we're out. So it's not much work for me. It's not much work for you, and it gets you out there, and it gives people a base understanding, and you might get some more subscribers. Just my way of sharing what people do in our modelling community. After Jeff came the M3 Stuart, which we know is a Reboxed Academy kit. It's quite interesting. Some people clearly don't watch all of the video and then make a comment and make a statement or ask a question, which is covered off in the video if they'd watched it. So I always find that a little odd. Somehow, but yeah, it is a Reboxed Academy kit, and we clearly say that it is, but nonetheless quite a nice little kit. I find Academy kits a little bit clinical, which when you're building a model ship is perfect. That is what you're looking for. You're looking for clinical, but on other formats, particularly vehicles, that can detract a little bit in my view, and that was sort of the comment I was making in that video, that some of the soft fittings looked like they'd been designed on CAD. And I know they have been, but they look like a CAD drawing. They don't look like the fitting. So you've not got any undulations and creases and that sort of stuff. And I think some model manufacturers can be a little bit like that at times, so I certainly don't lay it just at the foot of Academy. But nonetheless, cracking looking kit, not overly complicated. You got some interior detail, so should be a nice build. After that was the Mosquito. So that was part 2 of the Mosquito, and we were concentrating on the bomb bay and the internal sections and the cockpits and the getting that painted up. So I think in total there is 5 videos of Mosquito to get that over the line. And I think that, well, I know that they're all edited now. So you're nearly at the process of getting them seen. I was sort of intending to do them back to back, but in the process of clearing the decks, when I finished the Mosquito, I then went and finished the Mary Rose. Now, I'd started the Mary Rose in one of my live streams, and I'd done a bit of it in a couple of my live streams. And then we stopped the live stream, so she sat there half done, and I thought, right, let's get her done next. So we did that, and it came out lovely. It came out lovely, and on the premiere, certainly there was a lot of love for what had been done, and it just shows you can take a simple model and you can really go to town on it and come up with something that looks quite eye-catching. And it's a tiny little thing, so it doesn't take any display space up. All right, it's not massively accurate. It's not massively detailed, but get the decals on it, put some paint effects on it, a little bit of rigging, and actually it was a lot of fun. And I got to say, that is what we do all this for. It's fun, and I really, really enjoyed doing that. And I think that came across in the video. So yeah, and one or two people are interested in my thoughts on some of the products that we were using and the techniques, particularly the pencils were talked about a bit. But yeah, I enjoyed that build, and I think you guys enjoyed watching it. So yeah. Then we did Meet Sully that we've talked about. Then we had the Vega Gull, the Dora Wings kit. Quite a nice little kit, I thought. Everything in the box. You don't need to worry about any aftermarket. It's shake and bake, as people say. So yeah, it was all good. I think it's a nice little kit, that, and very similar in size to the Chipmunk for a 1/48 scale. Do have the 1/72 civil version as well, which again is another red aircraft, so I might have to get that out and prove to myself that I can paint a red aeroplane. Yeah, so that was that. Then the last video that you'll have seen was Mosquito 3, so you've got another 2 to come next month, which lovely link into what's coming in November. Busy month because we've got Telford, so let's talk about that. So, Modelkit Stuff will be at Telford on the Saturday. We will be there all day. I'm going with Daisy, who some of you know now because she has been on some of the premiere. She pops in and says hello every now and then, and obviously she's my sidekick when we live stream. But she'll be there, and between us we're going to be videoing stuff. We might have a chat to one or two people behind the stalls. And if you spot me, if you see me, don't be afraid of coming up and saying hello. It'd be nice to meet you. I know one or two other creators are thinking of going, so by all means come and say hello. My priority while I'm there is to just have a look at the show and get some video footage for people who are not going. Yes, I'll be taking some money, and yes, I might do a bit of shopping. And if I see an unusual tool, I might get it, and then we've got something to talk about. I don't know. I'm just going. I've been to Telford a few times, and it's always a lot of fun. And the last one I went to was when we unveiled, when Airfix revealed the 172 Vulcan. So that was pre-pandemic, so I didn't go last year. So yeah, this time it should be fun. Hopefully I won't come back poorly and with COVID or something. But yeah, we're going. I've got the tickets. If you see me, then just come and say hello, and that'd be great. So in terms of builds in November, it's very much going to be focused on the Mosquito that's all done, and the Avro Anson that we're building right now. And then once the Anson's done, like I said, we're straight on to the Tiger. So I think Mosquito and Anson is pretty much a month. I might do, I'm not really sure in my head what I'm going to do with the Anson build, but I might do some shorter ones and put them out on different days. Don't really know. and then we're going to crack on with the Tiger. So hopefully I'm building up quite a bit of material ready for future use. So yeah, we'll crack on with that, and we'll crack on with the Tiger. So that's where we are with the builds. With what I'm planning to video for future first impressions, let's have a look, shall we? First thing, we're going to take a look at this Messerschmitt. This is one of the more expensive 1/72 scale aircraft. So we're going to have a look in the kit and see what warrants the nearly £30 price tag on that. I think it was £28, which is a lot more than some of their other kits. Now, I think the Mosquito's probably around about that now with the price increase at some point during the year. And that has a lot of parts, so I'm guessing it's quite a complex little bit. We're also going to be filming this. And you already know this ain't going to be a short video because it's mini art. And that means lots and lots and lots of parts. And I have, this was a birthday present, and I have had a quick look in the box, but I've not opened the bag. And what I can tell you is there's probably more parts than the real thing. Yeah, I'd love to know how many parts are in the real thing, because there's thousands of parts in here. It's huge, but it will look fantastic, and it's a proper builder's model. So we'll be filming that and having a look at that. And that should be a lot of fun. And now I've got to see if I can rebalance it. Yep, there we go. And we're also going to film this. Now, everyone knows this shit. Even if you're not interested in ocean liners or know anything really about ocean liners, and you've heard of the Titanic and that's about it, everyone knows the QE2. So this is the old 1600 Airfix kit. It's probably quite a basic kit. They did a number of ocean liners, and it would be nice to see what this is like, and what it's going to be like to build. And we've got some aftermarket, so that'll be fun as well. So I will be filming that, so that'll be a future first impressions. Let's just get that out of the way, and then this bad boy as well. Now I know one or two people are building this, so it's not going to. I've not come charging in with I've got this, let's have a look before anyone else. I probably I got it because it was on offer, basically. I quite fancied it, and I ummed and ahed about it, and then someone was selling them at a good price and said, I've not got money left. So I thought, well, you know what, better safe than sorry, I'll get one. But it certainly looks nice from the pictures on the box, and I do like a Zukimura kit, so we'll film that and take a look inside that and see what we get for our money. So that is what I'll be filming for the future, and you'll probably see most of that running up to Christmas in December, and maybe the back end of November. But that's where we are for first impressions. All the first impressions videos that you'll see during November, we've got the Leyland Retriever coming up. We've got the Takeo 1350 ship. That's a beautiful model. I enjoyed filming that. It's a really lovely model. We've got the Supermarine Seafire coming up. Tomorrow it's a Wood Wednesday, and we're going to be looking at the Independence. And we've also got the Missouri coming up, the Verifier kit, which, if you've not built a Verifier kit before, like me, it's definitely worth having a look, see what you get in the kit, and whether I think it's worth your time and money. Definitely worth watching that video. So that's pretty much what's coming up in November. So a busy but leisurely month. Looking forward to Telford. I hope that I come across one or two of you on the day, which would be nice. And otherwise, I'm then starting to gear up for Christmas. Can you believe it? Where has the year gone? They seem to get quicker as I get older. But there you go, that's where we're up to. So you're going to see Mosquito, you're going to see Anson, and then all these other bits that we've talked about. And then we're going to be hopping onto the Tiger, which I think will probably take us through a lot of December, and then Queen Mary 2 over the Christmas holidays and into New Year, and then we'll get her done. And that build will have spanned 3 calendar years then. Well, that is it for the November catch-up. Thank you very much for watching. You've got an understanding of what's going on. If you've got any questions, you know where to put them in the comments. Hit the like button so other people become aware of it and aware of the channel. That's how you support me. I keep this channel free because you guys hit like and make comments. And the more it's me having a bit of fun at the end of the day. So take care, everyone. Enjoy your modelling. And I'll see you during the course of November. Bye for now.